And I'd like to welcome everybody back to the CNIT Nationals. We've already taken care of the U10s. We've taken care of the U11s. Now it's time to take care of the U12s. My name is Ryan. I'm going to be doing your play-by-play. I'm joined, of course, by Daniele. And Daniele, we've just kicked off this matchup right now, and the first buckets have been scored. Tell me some of your thoughts on what you've seen from these teams so far in this tournament as they compete for a national title.
My goodness, Ryan, we're in for quite a matchup here between two heavyweights in this division. You have #1 overall ranked Toronto City Elite, the white with the green trim and the black lettering, up against Uplay Canada, a powerhouse in their own right. They are the #2 seed in this tournament. Two teams that have had success stateside. Uplay, champions of the Made Hoops circuit. Toronto City Elite, meanwhile, champions of the Drew Joyce League. They competed as part of the LeBron James circuit. They actually played at St. Vincent St. Mary High School. LeBron James is his old stomping grounds back in the Akron, Ohio area. So both teams very, very successful and have a lot of talent to offer.
And starting off in this game, it's going to be Uplay Canada that gets their first bucket, as we're now tied up at 2.
And that's a name you're going to hear a lot of too. It's Jacob Theodosu. And he's one of the most dynamic, cerebral players on the floor. And you're looking at a couple guys for Uplay Canada that are going to have a significant impact in this one if they're going to want to challenge this TCE team. And of course, #4 is Jacob Theodosu, and 53, Adris. You also have Thomas Villancourt, the big fella in the middle. He's going to have to take care of the paint.
And that first shot is knocked down by Mikkel Tyne. He makes good on his first shot from the corner. 5-2, and then a block at the other end. And now here comes Toronto City, but it bounces off of Tyne's shoes there, out of bounds. And it's going to be Uplay ball. Theodosu. And that's going to be out of bounds, but it's going to stay Uplay.
And these two teams have dominated all weekend long. And it's been a collision course up until this point. They are meeting in this final to see who's going to be crowned national champion. And really, it would be the #1 overall in their age category, because these are the two top teams at this current moment. Uplay Canada and Toronto City Elite, the very best that this division has to offer.
Bragging rights for the top team in the country on the line here. 5-2, 16:45 to go.
And when it comes to TCE, they've absolutely annihilated the competition all weekend long, but they will beat you to sleep. If you get caught and you are not on the top of your game, you are not disciplined, you are turning over the basketball, and you are not getting back in transition, they will take advantage, they will exploit every weakness possible. A couple names on their side to pay attention for. Mikkel Tyne, arguably the best player in the age group. That even according to our junior scout, Nick Zeffi, who I spoke to pregame. So this is a team that is loaded with talent across the board.
Yeah, well said, of course, Zeffi. He knows his stuff better than most. Theodosu creating some space there. Gets it off to the corner. 5 up and under, no finish there. And it's going to be TCE ball. Oh, nice little behind the dribble and crossover. Oh! Oh, goodness me. Ganan.
Breaking ankles and taking names. My goodness. Unbelievable.
What a, that's going to be for the highlight film. That is going to be for the highlight film. I think our producer Mike Dotto got that one. All right, getting back to the action. 9-2 TCE early here, and a bit of a lid on the bucket here for Uplay. And Tynes coming to the other end, and it's 11-2, and we're going to call a timeout for Uplay. Much needed timeout right now. Not the start they were hoping in this finals.
Well, Uplay's a team that's going to go and they're going to try and run their sets offensively. They're not going to overwhelm you with pressure on the defensive end or their ability to get on a run. They're going to really try to slow this thing down. They do know. They are well-versed and are certainly knowledgeable as far as what they need to do against this TCE squad. That is obviously not an ideal start by any stretch of the imagination, an early 9-point deficit, but a good timeout, maybe settle some of those nerves, settle in, and try to fight back. Weather the storm, get yourself mentally focused, and take it from there.
15:05 to go here in the first half, an 11-2 lead for Toronto City Elite. As you were saying, Daniele, they really haven't been challenged that much in this CNIT this year. Uplay hoping to step up and be that challenge, but in the early going, it's been TCE all the way.
And they're relentless. TCA, they're relentless with the pressure. These guys, they'll go man to man. They'll go full court. They'll go zone press. They're just going to keep coming in waves. And that's why they're so tough, because it's hard to maintain that level of intensity for 40 minutes.
For sure.
But they're capable of it.
Well said. And it was Mooko that had that killer crossover that has everybody in the gym buzzing right now. Here's Mahmoud.
Great pass.
Great pass underneath and a great finish under the basket. Give that one to Darius Ross, number 0. He gets on the score sheet now. And Uplay. Theodosu, nice behind the back there, creating some space. But another steal. And there's a 3-point shot. Oh, what a shot there. And this U12 team, they're putting it to Uplay in the early going, 16-2.
And again, we already mentioned this, but if you allow them to run, if you let them get out and going in transition, it could get ugly quickly.
Oh, and one finish there. Referee says play on, though. Great finish. Give that one to number 12, Miguel.
Miguel Braun. Miguel Braun's one of the most underrated players in his class. He's a guy who he just continues to do damage, and he kind of goes about it in a very selfless manner. He's not a high maintenance guy, and as a result of that, you're not going to see him necessarily fill up the stat sheet all the time or be a name you hear. I don't think I've heard his voice all weekend, but he's just productive. He's a kid that goes about his business, puts in his work, and he's extremely productive for this Toronto City Elite squad.
And here's Tyne once again. He started this game hot. Ross in the corner to Braun. Braun on the floater, no good. Rebound is going to be Uplay, though. They're going back the other way. Theodosu's going to get the layup.
And they needed that one.
They did.
They were able to leak out there, and it was Jacob Theodosu. He's got both baskets thus far for Uplay.
And Tyne losing it for a second there. Oh, nice find on the inside of Mahmoud. And a big finish there for the big man, number 24 for CTE.
Oh, tremendous vision by Tyne. He scans the floor, he penetrates, and he dishes to the big fella underneath, Mahmoud, who finishes.
Mahmoud gets called for the foul there on that one, though, going to the line now. This is going to be Grant going to the line.
You see Pennicott check back in for TCE. And this
no good on the second one, on the first one, excuse me.
This young fella at the foul line right now, Idris Grant, kind of like a Draymond Green kind of figure for this Uplay team. Does a lot of the dirty work, so to speak, rebound, block shots. He's a high energy guy. They're going to need him to be very effective if they're going to dig themselves out of this hole.
Absolutely. Mahmoud goes to the basket strong and finishes.
That's a mismatch down on inside.
For sure.
I mean, Mahmoud's just having his way right now with Villancourt.
Nice finish there on the other end, though. And you know your guys showing up right now. Seems to be the only one that's showing up at this moment for Uplay.
That's one kid you don't have to worry about. He's gonna get his, and he's gonna be able to fill it up in a hurry. He knows he needs to score in this one. That's something
There's
he.
Tyne
Oh
on
my
the
goodness!
What a finish there.
Taking names and dropping dimes. unbelievable McEltine.
And a miss there. And TCE just having their way at this point of the game. Here's Tyne again. Tyne up and in easily, gets to the basket and gets fouled. And he is just eating right now.
Oh my goodness.
For TCE.
You're talking about a man amongst boys. Like,
what a crossover.
It's unbelievable, the change of pace that on that crossover, and then his ability. He almost converted that.
Yep, he did.
It seemed like it was an impossible angle, and he almost made it happen.
It's unbelievable, and we talked about this though. We're getting to these age groups now. The 12s and the 13s, where you're starting to see the flashes of, not just good players, but Division I level good, like pro good level players we're seeing in this tournament. Make no mistake, you got some of the best, absolute best teams in the entire country, some of the best in North America in this gym right now in these age groups.
I concur, and also I would add other guys to step up. There's still a lot of game left, but you got to get stops and you got to convert.
Absolutely. Emmanuel comes down with the rebound. Theodosu now, he's going to put it up. Doesn't get the kind roll that time. Great work under the basket though, but the TCE defense is right there. Here comes Tyne again, loses a handle on it, comes back. But the defense right there for the second time in a row, and there's going to be a foul on Emmanuel. Keenan Emmanuel gets called for the foul there from Uplay.
Well, Keenan's a guy who kind of runs the show because he's the point guard. He's able to initiate, takes a lot of pressure off of Theodosu, and the ball's not in his hands, and they're able to initiate different sets that will allow them to work off the ball and establish some advantages on the weak side.
Oh, great defense there, but once again, sticking with it is Toronto City Elite. Impressive play there. Give that assist to Lewis there, Reggie Lewis. And another missed layup for Uplay, and they just seem out of it mentally right now at this point. Another fine Mwoku. No good. Rebound no good, but here he is again. The nice little putback doing his part is number 12, Miguel Braun.
Well, and here's the other thing. TCE.
Great finish there under the basket by Popa. Popa comes up with a steal as well, goes the other end and assists to Tynes, and Tynes goes up, and he was trying to go at the last second, pulled back for the layup. And Popa, just like that, he has 2 points and assist in about as many seconds.
Oh, nice move by Theodosu.
And Theodosu gets it in now. 33-12, 6:36 to go here in the first half. And I mean, TCE, you said it, Daniele. You cannot allow this team to jump on you, or else the game almost is over before it began.
They'll beat you to sleep. It's pretty simple. That's what they're out to do. They're not here to play around. They're not here to just beat teams by 10, 15 points. They're looking to put you. They're trying to make a statement every time they step on the floor. It's that simple. And right now, this is a statement game for them because #1 team in the age category. They've been like that for the past 2-3 years. They went 40-0 a couple years ago, and now they're playing what's believed to be their next best competitor, and they're trying to make a statement by absolutely destroying them. It's that simple.
Nate Spalding now into the game. He came in for Tyne and showing off the handles in the very going, and now bringing it back out. This is number 3. There's a miss there.
Reggie Louise. You don't want to make that pass underneath. You got to protect the basketball, value every possession, and coaches always say, don't pass underneath your own basket. Just take care of the basketball. Be disciplined with it, because if you're susceptible to a turnover.
And there's speaking of turnovers, Spalding with one floater, no good. And it's going to be out of bounds in Toronto City Elite ball. There's going to be a timeout, Toronto City Elite. The coach kind of not liking what he sees. A couple of guys missing some easy layups. Thought he'd get a chance to talk it over for a second, although, if you're the coaching staff of Toronto City Elite, you don't have much to be upset about.
Well, they'll find things to pick on. I mean, they're chasing perfection at this point, and they're trying to be as precise as they can possibly be. So this is more than just, beating teams. And to our point, I mean, they're they're striving for something greater than that. So even in games where they were, they've been beating teams 40, 50, 60 points, even greater margins than that, there were always things that you could see the coaching staff picking on and trying to really be detailed and encourage their guys to execute at a greater level of proficiency.
Well, absolutely. It definitely seems like this is a team that's really just kind of running in a completely different gear. And Uplay Canada, this is make no mistake about it. Uplay Canada is a very, very talented club. This is not as you said at the beginning of this game, they've had some success south of the border as well. They are not slouches, and they're not going to just cave in when they've been hit as hard as they have early going in this one. There's still plenty of basketball left, another 25 minutes of basketball to go in this game. It's only a matter of time to see what's going to happen next.
And Uplay, as you said, they're extremely talented. Oh my goodness.
Oh, nice find off the inside, but a miss with the left hand.
And that's what Brad Stevens is famous for, the ATOs, the after timeout, those inbound plays that they draw up. And TCE just executed to perfection, and unable to convert was Braun underneath.
Now here's inbound is going to be for Uplay. You see just the frustration on their faces right now. Just can't seem to get anything going offensively. Now into the game, back into the game, number 53. And another missed layup, wide open layup missed.
And Idris Grant, he's been excellent throughout the entire tournament. Looks like he's got some butterflies. He's been struggling here early on in this championship game.
A nice spin move there. Just rolls out. A bit of a scoring slump here as there's going to be a foul. And the foul is going to be on Spalding.
What I find really interesting is how Toronto City Elite is able to make a team like Uplay, as talented, as deep as they are, make them look so inferior. Like at this point, they just look. There's such a significant gap in.
Well, you can also remember as well. These are going to be Uplay ball. We've got some substitutions on the floor as Mikkel Tyne is back in for Spalding. Also in is going to be number 0, Darius Ross. Oh, there's a Fine Emmanuel. Yep, great pass to Fine Emmanuel. And now Uplay showing signs of life on the offensive end. There's Mwoko. Tyne. Right by him. And a great find on the inside. So quick on that crossover.
You can't really teach some of that. I mean, the awareness, the vision.
Yep.
That's
absolutely.
That's very impressive.
Here's Tyne for 3. And he's just feeling it right now. He cannot be stopped.
He's a human torch. Once you light him up, he's off and running. He's hard to stop, as you said, Ryan.
He is. Nice play inside. Oh, nice little turnaround jumper there. And it seems like Uplay is now starting to remember how to play basketball again and actually just getting their shots, their specific setup.
Yeah, find some rhythm and flow offensively. It's tough to get stops, obviously. I mean, this TCE team, as we've already noted several times, is very talented. But just get into a rhythm,
Oh, nice pass there. And a find on the inside and a foul, and Grant's going to go to the line for 2. Some great transition passing there from Uplay. And we have signs of life from the boys in blue.
And the biggest difference those last few possessions, one, they were able to get a few stops, but then also on the opposite end, just keeping it simple and making the easy play that's in front of you.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
And we talk about advancing the ball in transition, scan the floor, see what's in front of you. And to your point, that's allowed them to find some rhythm, it seems like, offensively.
A nice find inside there. Counted for 2. 40-17 with just over a minute to go in this half. Here it comes on the other end, and Theodosu was trying to get the pass there, but it's Tyne that comes back. Nice assist there. And a nice little flicker and flare, little pistol. Pete Maravich brings it to the left hand, slides it over brings it over from the right hand, slides it over to the left, Nice little pass on the inside, and the and one.
That's a pass right there that has shades of Steve Nash, Jason Williams kind of written all over it.
Absolutely, yeah.
The spin, the touch, just the feel.
Missed free throw there, though. The shot goes up. And Grant's going to go to the line again. You see some of these guys, you just see how physical the Toronto City Elite plays. A number of guys on this Uplay squad we've seen at some point wincing or kind of holding something. They're getting bumped pretty hard out there trying to fight for loose balls. Unfortunately, it's to no avail at this point.
And this is a team that they themselves prepare with such a high degree of intensity and a keen eye for detail. Their preparation is top-notch.
Absolutely.
But this is, regardless of the outcome today, a learning experience in that, hey, we got to learn how we can stay composed, control ourselves, and I think we did see some butterflies. Certainly,
yeah,
they looked
I
intimidated.
definitely agree
a
with
bit.
that. No, I feel like after those first couple of plays, the crossover, the passes, just how much quicker and faster some of the guards are. You've got to be able to come out here and understand, they're playing for a national championship. You need to be coming with that same level of intensity as Tyne knocks down yet another three from the corner. And this kid is just cooking right now offensively. But Uplay gets it back. Grant kind of losing control at the moment there, but now he's going to shoot it himself. And nice little floater there. Keeps the composure, as you were talking about. Finds his spot on the floor. That's one of his hot zones. And knocks it down with efficiency.
He settled in, it looks like. I mean, he missed a couple layups early in the ball game, and he's found himself a nice little rhythm here.
I would keep going back to him. If you find him in that elbow, if he's going to keep shooting it, and TCE is going to let him keep doing it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely. One of the best aspects of his game, one of his primary assets is his downhill mentality. He's a guy who's always playing downhill, plays with a ton of energy and a very he's just very aggressive, a very aggressive mindset.
Absolutely. Here we go, driving the basket and slips over and falls on his head. Ooh, that one looks pretty, he fell pretty hard there. And there's a shot at the end and no good. And at the half, Toronto City Elite setting a statement with 45-20, starting off this game running and really never looking back, Daniele.
They've been in complete control from the opening tip, and we've seen Uplay try to show some fight, settle into a bit of a rhythm, establish some sort of feel for what's going on. We have trainers tending to TJ Richards.
Yeah, Richards fell pretty hard. He tripped over a TCE player's foot, and as he was falling, he could see he landed on the back of his head, and hopefully he's going to be okay. But anyway, moving forward, we'll be back at halftime with here in the CNIT National Championships in 12U.
Who will be crowned national champion?
The National Preparatory Association is expanding for Season 3. Canada's only national prep school basketball league is accepting applications from high-level programs from coast to coast. The NPA provides top competition, unrivaled exposure, and every program will have an impact in the growth of the league. We may also be able to provide opportunities for individual players looking to join one of the NPA teams. Email info@northpolehoops.com to start the process for your chance to join a nation inspired.
Keep the intensity high.
Get your feet square, get your feet square.
Take it home, write it down, grab a homie, and work on it. Work on it, master it.
AJ Lawson, go! He gets it to go! Whoa! Pick it up, Jalen.
Oh my God!
Top 10, top 10.
Two-way players are the best players. Understand that. Two-way players are the best players.
Here's Sabri Phillip, two-way jam!
Let's go, boy!
It doesn't matter from what city you're from, how tall you are, what school, what club you represent, game speaks. There's no politics here.
Okay, let's keep it going. Keep the intensity high.
We've traveled across the country and back. 7 years running. Canada's basketball talent blossoms right before our eyes. From coast to coast. It's our job to bring it to the light. No gimmicks, just hard work on the hardwood. Who will step up to the plate this summer? Who will make their game undeniable and challenge every man in front of him? Game will speak.
Judy charges, throwing it down!
Welcome to the NPH live broadcasting experience. Allow our team of video technicians to capture your event in high definition. Streaming directly on all NPH media platforms. Up to the minute live game coverage featuring professional commentators and analysts.
Tip in!
And we'd like to welcome everyone back to the CNIT 12U National Championship game here in Burlington. Beautiful Burlington, beautiful facility. My name is Ryan, taking care of your play-by-play, accompanied by Daniele, who's taking care of your color commentary. And what a first half we witnessed from Toronto City Elite as they hold a 45-20 lead over Uplay Canada.
Yeah, and a complete clinical showing in that first half from Toronto City Elite, and they're going to look to carry that momentum over here in the second half. Uplay, meanwhile, was able to settle the nerves. It took some time, but let's see if they can try and charge their way back.
Nice
maybe chip
pass
away at
there.
this deficit.
Very much so, and Grant, that's a tough miss. That's not the way you want to get started on your second half when you miss a layup like that after some beautiful passing that led up to the opportunity.
Yeah, if you're gonna contend with this team, you have to convert on those easy opportunities, and that was certainly one that could be characterized as a gimme. And
it's got to be almost zero mistakes.
100%.
As we've seen.
You have to minimize all the mistakes and figure out how and get some stops and then start chipping away.
And Tyne once again drives to the basket. Defenders draped all over him. Theodosu, though, attempts to pass there. Mahmoud, though, gets a hand on it. Great defense. And that's just something you love to see from your role players, just how feisty and aggressive this whole team is. And Spalding's going to go to the basket. He's going to get called for a travel. And it's going to be Uplay Canada ball now. 47-20, 18:30 to go here in the second half. Bringing it up. It's Emmanuel, and there's going to be a carry. They're calling him for a carry. Another tough turnover. Not the start you want if you are Uplay Canada. 2 quick turnovers and no buckets to show for it.
Yeah, you can't have turnovers. You got to stay disciplined, protect the basketball. I mean, especially when you're facing a steep hill to climb, trailing by 27. If you're going to want to find a way to maybe get back in it, you can't afford to have those mistakes.
Here's Tyne. It's over. Shot is up. Off the backboard, no good. Spalding tries to come down with it. Now there's a fight for the loose ball, and it's going to be a jump ball. Good, a lot of scrap there. Shown from number 12 on Uplay.
It's Reggie Louise. That's the type of gritty presence that he brings for Uplay. He comes off the bench. Kind of a de facto
nice
sixth
block
man,
there.
if you will.
Yep. And you could tell he was keeping with Tyne for a lot of those crossover dribbles. He's been guarding him for the majority of this second half now. Oh, he's got a stick-to-itiveness about him. And here he is on him again. Time blows by this time, though, and right away gave up the baseline. You can't give up the baseline against Tyne as quick as he is. Theodosu now is going to go up, and nice finish from Theodosu. As it looked like the defender got just a little bit on the ball, but it didn't matter. And what a game he's quietly having. Mwoku now up. He's going to get fouled, and he's going to go to the line for 2.
Jacob Theodosu quietly putting together a very impressive performance here.
I'd like to see the stat sheet right now.
Uplay stuck on 22 points, and we've already seen him be effective getting to the basket. And we haven't even had an opportunity to see him shoot the basketball. That's one of his greatest strengths, his ability to stretch the defense and hit the long ball.
I think there's something as well to be said is just as how, one thing we're noticing Uplay is trying to run with Toronto City Elite. You're not seeing them really set anything up in the half-court offense. And also in a sense, as Mamu comes down and gets that big finish, I mean, just what a big physical presence he is as well. They're doing a great job guarding the perimeter.
Mamu's a perfect big for this team, for this TCE team, because he's agile enough to get up and down, but he's also big enough to rebound. He has the length and ability to block shots, and he just quietly goes about his business and puts together consistent performances as Theodosu knocks down his first triple.
Theodosu now starting to feel himself a little bit. He wants to have himself a moment here.
And that's what he does. I mean, we've seen the whole variety from him.
Here's another turnover. Grant. He's going to run the floor, and another missed layup for Grant. And Mahmoud at the other end, up and in. Not the same result.
It's been a tough day at the office for Idris Grant. He was so good, so consistent throughout this entire weekend. It's one of those moments. He's struggling. He's definitely struggling. You got to stick with it, though, at this point and just really try to gut it out.
And now into the game is Valancourt for Uplay Canada, the tallest player on the floor out of all of these teams. He had a bit of a rough start of this game as well. See if he can get back onto a winning pace.
Well, what he was struggling with, he was definitely struggling keeping up with the pace, getting up and down the floor. And Mamu's again very nimble and agile for his size, so it's a tall order for Valancourt to keep up and to be effective given how fast TCE wants to play.
Yes,
right.
Sure.
The tempo is it's frantic, it's frenetic. So he's got to be grinding and getting up and down as quickly as he can on every possession.
And we're getting a line change now. All 5 players for Toronto City Elite have came off, and we've got a fresh new lineup here. Kind of like my haircut.
A full platoon swap for Toronto City Elite.
And we'll name out whoever's on the court as they come along. Right now, here's Renovicott. There's a miss. He's going to bring it back. And Theodosu nearly comes away with the steal as the pass was intended for Ryan Reginant. Another miss there. Theodosu.
Nice steal.
Great steal for him. Go up, left hand, can't convert though. Here's Ross. Oh, the crossover there. Loses the handle for a moment. Oh, finds a big man down low, and there's going to be the foul. As Valancourt clearly hit him in the face. I don't know what he's upset about. He clearly knocked him in the face.
I'll tell you what Jacob Theodosu's upset about, missing that left-handed layup. He gets the steal and does well defensively to get himself into a position to apply ball pressure and force that turnover.
No good on the second one. Valancourt not able to come down with it. Here's Ross. Here's result. Puts it behind the back. Shot goes up. No good. Big board there. There's Emmanuel.
Can't
bounce it.
Again, he gets Valancourt get the rebound, You gotta make sure you keep that ball high. Make sure you have possession. Don't throw it into any vulnerable areas.
Absolutely,
Right
and you
there,
can see there's a foul that's been called, so it's going to be Toronto City Elite ball here on the sideline. 11:55 to go in this one. Theodoso almost with the steal. Pennicott, no good.
He's trying desperately to get something going. You see him, every defensive possession, trying to anticipate passes, play the passing lanes, try to get something going. Even, we see after a shot goes up, maybe even trying to leak out a little bit. He's trying to generate some offense for this team.
There's a shot, no good. Another rebound. Pennicott, he's going to shoot it from the corner, no good. Uplay almost with the rebound, but it is a foul. And that one's going to go to number 22. Regault. Mr. Ryan Regault. We have the inbound here, and we have also a diamond press has been set up here for it looks like a bit of a diamond press, or maybe a man-to-man. Nope, diamond. By Toronto City Elite. A nice move there to lose the defender. Kick over to the corner. Shot is up. Knocks it down again. Theodosu, he's getting amped.
When this team is at their best, he's the engine. He's the engine. You see him trying to just establish some momentum, get his teammates fired up and involved. I do like his motor. I love his competitive spirit.
Absolutely, yep.
That's something that, the skill set is there, but his competitive spirit as an intangible is really, really good.
Nice block by Valancourt. Now here is on the other end. And that's a nice finish by Grant. 2 hands up, nice and easy, nothing fancy.
No, he wasn't going to miss that one. He wanted to make sure that thing went down.
Absolutely, and it's 54-30 at this time. Fade away, rims out. As you can see, the pace is definitely slowed down. It's favored Uplay. Grant up again. He's going to try again, misses that time.
Idris Grant struggling to find the touch around the rim.
Oh, nice finish at the other end, though. That was Popa finishing at the end over Valancourt.
Oh, how about Keenan Emmanuel?
And there's going to be a foul there on Ross.
2-3 defenders converging. That's the second time we've seen that with that press. And he's done a nice job of single-handedly getting it up the floor for Uplay.
Well said.
Good finish.
Well, great finish there as well. Leads at 24.
It just took them way too long. They weren't able to weather that initial wave, that initial storm, and as a result, now they're in this hole.
And really all Toronto City has to do is go shot for shot, just match whatever they throw at them. If they limit their mistakes. Oh, nice finish there. Pennicott. Oh, what a finish by Pennicott.
Unbelievable.
Here's Grant. Grant in the corner. Shot is up. Count it. Theodosu. He's about 4 for 4 from the three-point line.
Yeah, he's locked in.
Oh, he's loving it. You can see it. He's smiling about it.
Yeah, he's dialed in right now. He's in a groove offensively, that's for sure.
Shot goes up. It's missed there by Pennicott. Oh, blocked there by Valancourt, and it's going to be Uplay ball. And we're going to have some substitutions come on the floor. Whole bunch of different names and numbers exchanging right now.
A full platoon swap for Toronto City Elite. Theodosu checks out momentarily for Uplay. Likely to get a quick breather, a bit of a blow.
Absolutely, and Mikkel Tyne back in.
Oh,
nice shot up, no good. There's Mahmoud. Oh, you could see as he was trying to do a power dribble, he lost control of it. Gonna get called with the double dribble. Here's Grant from the baseline. Another nice little pull-up jumper there. Showing off a little disco Dirk, one leg out.
One leg fade away along the baseline. And what's effective about kicking out that leg, that front leg, you're creating separation.
And there's another one. Another bucket as Uplay.
Dangerous
Fine in the
pass.
corner. Good pass to be able to get it there. Oh, big block there.
Run, Mikhail.
And they're off to the races. Mwoku. There's Tynes. He's going to get called for stepping out there. Out of bounds. Uplay ball. 6:22 to go in this game. 23-point lead for Toronto City Elite. In the first few minutes, they jumped out and just never looked back.
They have not. They've been in complete control. It's Theodosu. He's looking to come back in. And at halftime, I heard TCE in their huddle talking about trying to keep this thing at 25, if not push it higher. And right now, it stands at 25.
As Tyne was the last bucket there. And now here's Grant finding his space now. Nice little step out mid-range jumper. It's a lost art. It's a real lost art here to see that mid-range jumper. It's great when you can see younger players able to create their own offense off the dribble like that. Speaking of which, there's a miss though. Rebound TCE. And there's gonna be another step out of bounds. And it's gonna be Uplay ball now. 5:20 to go, 62-39. Theodosu comes back onto the floor, and he'll most likely be in for the rest of the game.
Oh yeah, I mean, you'd imagine, you know, that they were able to mount some momentum, gain some momentum here in the second half, and he was having a lot of success offensively.
And there's going to be a foul there. I believe it's on Mahmoud, as it looked like it was Emmanuel. Keenan Emmanuel was going to the basket at the last minute. He tried to pass it off, but
We're in man, bro. Everybody else knows that. Stay engaged. It's a pass. You pass.
you see the instructions getting shouted out there through our microphones. Yeah, this is when you're close to the action, you hear everything that's going on. No good on the first one, Emmanuel. And makes good on the second one, 62-40 now, 4:17 remaining. It's going to be Tyne bringing it up the court for Toronto City Elite. Tyne. And there's going to be an offensive foul there. Great call by the referee. You could clearly see there was some contact there on that screen.
Yeah, it got caught moving. Moving screen, illegal screen, and so Uplay will take over. No, against the rules.
It's against the rules. We look in the inbound pass now. It's Theodosu. Works behind the back. Oh, nice pass inside. There's Valancourt. Can't get a handle on it though.
Yeah, he's definitely got reason to be frustrated with that one. That was a good look. A nice pass using his left hand and leading Valancourt in what would have been an easy layup.
There's Tyne with the shot up, knocks it down.
He makes it look easy, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, especially over with a guy who's a foot taller than him and he's just knocking him down. Here's Emmanuel trying to go do it himself up and not gonna count the basket. It's on the floor and it's gonna be on the baseline. Some more substitutions. Ross coming back in. He's going in for Spalding. Ross had a nice little crossover himself here in the second half. And another turnover. Here's Tyne. Tyne goes up and misses the layup.
He went for what the kids call jelly there, and he ended up getting some jam.
Shot goes up, no good for Grant. And Tyne brings it back down again. And Tyne's gonna bring it back. Loses his handle for a second there. Here's Braun, nice little sidestep. Jumper is good. There's finding your sweet spot.
One of the best players I've seen all weekend, and I'll continue to say it. I've been very impressed with the way he's played. And you see it right there, his skill set. He does it at all three levels, inside, outside, in between game, and he does it at both ends.
And then there's gonna be Mwoku. And there's a steal by Theodosu. Nope, Mwoku's still holding on to it. And then there's the foul. And that's gonna be it as the mercy rule is in effect. Toronto City Elite up by 26. If a team is holding a lead by more than 25 points in the final 2 minutes, the game is called. And as a result, Toronto City Elite convincingly are the U12 CNIT national champions.
A commanding win here tonight for TCE over a very talented Uplay team. They took control early, and they never looked back. They have an impressive resume, one that includes several championships, a perfect season, championships stateside, and now they can add CNIT national championship to that list.
And with that being said, please join us. We're going to be right back in about 5 to 10 minutes with the beginning of the main event, the U13 National Championships here in the CNIT. We will be back in just a few minutes. Please stay tuned.